Welcome, wrestling fans, to historic St. John Arena. This is J.D. Bergman, and with my partner here, Victor Puskas, we're going to watch the Ohio State Wrestling Buckeyes take on the Nittany Lions. Number 3 Nittany Lions come in here to Columbus, Ohio to take on number 5 Ohio State Wrestling Buckeyes. Today we have a fight on our hands. Vic, what are you looking forward to?
JD, we come in here, Columbus, Ohio, St. John Arena. Another great Big Ten matchup. You got the Buckeyes, you got the Nittany Lions, you got an electric atmosphere here in Columbus. So many talented wrestlers on both teams. We've got national champs, we've got All-Americans. Just both teams really bringing a lot of talent to the table today.
And I tell you what, the excitement's going to get started right off from 125-pound match. We have Nico taking on Nico.
Yes.
When does that happen?
Never, except for today.
Today here, it's going to be very exciting. This place is packed. I mean, it's very hot in here. A lot of body warmth right now, but this is going to be something else today. Penn State and Ohio State. There's a long history of battling we're going to watch today, where we see the wrestlers shaking hands right here in center mat. We got an awesome national anthem being sung by some type of choir there.
Yes.
The bass pulling through there, that was quite nice. Reminded me of my high school days. Most people don't know about those, but man, I'm excited for this match. I'm so excited to watch this wrestling today.
Yeah, we are just very blessed to be here. This great atmosphere, 2 great teams here on a Sunday in Columbus, Ohio. It looks like we're getting ready to get it rolling here at 125.
And I say Nico face Nico here. Nico Triggas of Ohio State in the red singlets taking on Nico Megaludis, the national runner-up from last year for Penn State, currently ranked number 2 behind the Iowa wrestler McDonough. And Nico Triggas going right to his 2-on-1, which he's known for, and pushing Nico Megaludis right off the mat. Very good action for Nico Triggas.
Wow, really offensive right off the bat, pushing Megaludis off the mat. Megaludis, the national runner-up last year, has wrestled some great matches with McDonough this year. Took him to overtime, lost the match. But he's definitely up for competing to be a national champion this year.
Well, and there's Nico Triggas, his patented 2-on-1. He's very good at hand control and controlling the tie-ups. And you see he kind of starts very low. Megaludis has some very tough offensive attacks, as do a lot of wrestlers at 125. And that's not Nico's strong point on his feet. So what he's doing is playing it safe here with one knee on the mat and trying to control Nico Megaludis' arms and tie-ups. So what Nico Triggas here in the red is trying to just control things, stay very low, try not to let Megaludis. Wow, what a nice takedown there by Megaludis. Takes his first takedown of the match here, 2-0 the score.
If you blink, you missed it. Megaludis ranked number 2 in the country at 125 for the Nittany Lions. Triggas ranked number 12 for the Buckeyes, trying to escape here.
Yeah, Nico Triggas gets out there with a 1-point escape, and Megaludis back on a half-shot attempt there.
Yeah, Megaludis really talented on his feet, as we saw after that quick takedown early in this first period.
And a lot of fans watching Iowa wrestle Penn State thought that Nico Megaludis was going to pull out that win, but McDonough just staying tough, very, very mentally sound, as well as obviously physically sound, pulled that match out late in the 3rd period.
Wrestlers back to the center. Yeah, McDonough's so hard to beat in Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Yeah, I would say so. The fans definitely, people talk a lot about the Iowa fans, but you got to give a lot of credit to those Iowa wrestlers, man, that they really show up. And today the Buckeyes have their hands very full, with Penn State coming into this match with 7 wrestlers ranked in the top 7.
Yeah, this team is really stacked. You know, you got a couple national champs, David Taylor, Ed Ruth, even Quentin Wright is a former national champion. The Buckeyes bring Logan Stieber, a national champion to the table.
Triggas with a lot of forward pressure there. And very good job controlling the arms of Megaludis. Triggas with good forward pressure and good effort out of both wrestlers thus far.
Good hand fighting so far.
Just under a minute here left in the first period. Nico Triggas again there, very low stance, starting on his knees there.
Likes to wrestle on his knees, control that 2-on-1 like you said, JD.
Megaludis looking to open Triggas up somewhat. But Triggas, though he may not look it, has become quite a strong wrestler at 125. A very, very strong grip, and you see that when he's in the top position. His 2-on-1 and bararm series is something to be weary of if you're a coach of an opposing wrestler.
15 seconds left in this first period. 2-1 Nico Megaludis over Nico Triggas.
And the fans here at St. John Arena want the stall call. Nico Triggas is doing a lot of pressuring forward. They're looking for a stall call, and the referee is not going to give it there. So choice is Megaludis. He defers. Triggas chooses top. Looks like Megaludis knew that. Went down.
Triggas very tough on top. Got that great bar arm. Let's see if he can lock it in.
And Megaludis, not the biggest 125-pounder, so he's going to have a tough time here in the bottom position against Triggas. Fans saying you can't lock your hands in the bottom position.
Megaludis locking his hands, trying to prevent Triggas from putting that bar on top of his back.
A freestyle defense. And now you see Ross Thatcher and Lou Roselli kind of motioning for a stall call.
He knows that arm's coming, and he doesn't want that to get in because Triggas is...
And caution there on Megaludis in the bottom position. And again, this is Triggas' position. He did choose top in the Michigan match. And there, Megaludis did a nice job squaring up. I was going to say Triggas chose top of Michigan match, but that ended up hurting him. He lost that close match without that escape point he needed. Arm spin attempt by out of Triggas and wrestling through the position. Megaludis following, squaring up. Very nicely done for both wrestlers there.
Triggas, All-American in 2010. Ooh. Looked like he injured his elbow there.
Looked like his finger got stuck in the headgear of Megaludis. Triggas' finger looks like it's not too serious there. The facial expression looked like he may have
looked bad for a second there.
Dislocated it or something, but wrestlers deal with that all the time.
About a minute left in the second period. Megaludis in the blue singlet leading Triggas 3-1 in the red singlet.
And you know, just to let the fans know, Nico Triggas caught his finger in a headgear there, and people wonder why we wrestle in singlets. A lot of people outside the sport of wrestling think it looks silly, or I could use some other adjectives, but the reason being is so you don't catch fingers, break fingers. That's why in wrestling practices you wear tighter clothing just so you don't catch a finger and break a finger when you're working out, because you're obviously wrestling very fast, getting in a lot of different positions. You don't want to catch certain joints, which is why one of the reasons why we wear wrestling singlets is what they're called. 23 seconds left here, and a lot of action. Triggas doing a nice job staying low. Megaludis trying to just deal with what Triggas is giving him in front of him there. Not very many shot opportunities open. Nice shot there, though, by Megaludis.
Short time, 5 seconds.
Triggas
trying to fight it off.
3 seconds left. And no takedown. Saved by the bell is Nico Triggas. Megaludis goes right back to choosing down position. And this is Nico Triggas' only chance right here with how the match has gone. See if he can get his patented turn on top. Megaludis very flexible, getting right back to his hips. Very nicely done there. And sitting out. That's Megaludis. That's a very nice job
there.
That's
tough to stop right there.
That's going to be the kryptonite for Triggas' bar arm. And Megaludis right into a underhook there. Triggas with that overhook wizard type position, and Megaludis right back down to a shot. And Nico has to go to a wizard position.
Going for the head-in cradle here.
Megaludis going for that cradle. Triggas trying to keep fighting that off, but not in a very good position.
It's going to be tough for Triggas to fight this takedown off.
And another takedown for Nico Megaludis of Penn State, the #2 ranked wrestler, right into business-like mentality here. Head in the armpit, breaking Triggas down and getting Triggas' arms back behind his own body. Usually he's the one doing that, Vic.
Right. Well, right now we've got a 6-1 lead for Megaludis, so now he's going to be looking for bonus points. 8-point win will give you the 14 points, major decision. So Triggas right now, he's just trying to limit the damage. He's down 5 points. The win might not be within reach at this point.
Oh, wow. Return there for Megaludis. No back points yet. He's too high. Right now he's too high
Going for that figure four, though. That would... Triggas would be in trouble if Megaludis is able to lock in that figure 4 around the head. And
no back points yet, because you see Triggas' left shoulder is too high to be called backs right now. That's not exposure. It's not a danger position. Though that's extremely uncomfortable, and there the back points start counting. With less than 30 in this match, he will get 2 back points, which makes a score 8-1. And that will not be...
The riding time may be a factor.
Riding time will give him a major decision. Triggas can't get out. If
10
Triggas
seconds
cannot
left.
get out, this will be a major decision. Big point for this duel.
5 seconds. Triggas really trying to get out. Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Wow, wow. Megaludis with a major decision.
Really impressive.
Wow.
Really impressive.
Megaludis with a major decision over number 12th ranked Nico Triggas. For Penn State, very nicely done. Business-like mentality. That match flew by right there. And right now at 133 pounds, we have Logan Stieber taking on Penn State's
Jordan Conaway.
Conaway, a freshman from Abbottstown, PA.
Yeah, Stieber the heavy favorite here. Conaway is going to really try to limit the team points in this match.
Well, Logan Stieber, your returning national champion in the red singlet, just got back to competition a week ago, and in his own fashion, pinning Illinois' 133-pounder. Now on to wrestle Conaway, wanting to repeat the same thing for the Buckeyes, get the Bucks right in this match. Nice shot there.
Deep single leg for Logan.
Fell right into a good inside single leg. Conaway wrestling nicely, turning into Stieber. Good positional awareness out of Stieber for the first takedown. 40 seconds into this match at 133 pounds. And there's his bar arm. Another great bar arm series Logan Stieber possesses here, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very tough for the bottom wrestler. Right into close to back points, but Conaway did a great job rolling through it to the out of bounds there.
Nice job by Conaway. He was almost in some big trouble there. Logan had that bar arm half, roll through, jump sides. Conaway knows it's coming. I mean, most wrestlers who wrestle Logan know it's coming, and they can't seem to stop it. So,
right.
Conaway, a nice job in that exchange.
Logan Stieber, very, very strong, especially at 133 pounds. Jordan Conaway with his hands very full here in the bottom position. Penn State, he's a freshman, but doing a good job for the Nittany Lions this year. Unranked versus the number 1 ranked wrestler.
Penn State with a 4-0 lead team score. Nico Megaludis able to get the major decision over the Buckeyes. Nico Triggas at 125. We're now at 133. Logan Stieber, the defending
and there's that bar.
champ.
There's that bar, and he's settling into it. He's settling into it, getting his hips down. There's a lot of weight on the shoulder. He's basically trying to put the shoulder blade into the ear of Conaway. That's what you do with that bar arm. And there's 3 back points given, just to pad the score for Logan Stieber. 5-0 on the board. Still has over a minute to go in this top position for Logan Stieber.
The Buckeyes, if they want to have a chance in this duel, need 6 points out of Stieber here. And Conaway is going to do everything he can to not let that happen.
Well, the Ohio State Buckeyes need every point they can get, team point, in this dual meet, because Penn State, again, arguably the best team. I mean, ranking-wise. And there's another turn here for Logan Stieber. A lot of fans looking for the fall here in St. John Arena. Conaway doing a great job fighting off his back. But Stieber heavy on top. Looks like Conaway's
bridging pretty effectively here. 30 seconds
nicely.
left. 30 seconds left.
He's got
in this
30
first period.
seconds to fight. That's a
Step
long
over,
time
that
for
might be
Conaway. And he's fighting, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of fight out of Conaway there. And the pin is called for Logan Stieber in St. John Arena. Big fall for the Buckeyes. And that'll take your team score to 6 for Ohio State, 4 for Penn State. Not much you can do there to stop Logan Stieber.
No, Logan Stieber went out there and does what he does. He goes out and he pins great wrestlers in the first period. Gets 6 points for the Buckeyes. And the Buckeyes take a 6-4 lead over the Nittany Lions, heading into 141, JD.
What a little horse. And this is his brother. This is his brother, Hunter Stieber, coming up, the number 2 ranked wrestler in the country, taking on Brian Pearsall, a senior for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Nice shot there by Hunter Stieber.
Hunter Stieber is one of the best wrestlers in the first period that I've seen. He regularly gets many takedowns in the first period. He's ranked number 2 in the country, undefeated. Trying to keep it rolling after Logan put up a nice performance.
The first 3 Buckeyes are very tough on top. We didn't get to really see what Nico Triggas could do on top because Megaludis is that good of a wrestler, very good flexibility. Right here we got Hunter Stieber basically picking up right where his brother let off, getting a nice takedown, very, very fast for how he looks. And right there, almost with the turn. Pearsall doing a nice job fighting.
Pearsall keeping a base to prevent that half.
And the Buckeyes know that The beginning of the lineup is where they're favored, where their horses are. Penn State finishes off dual meets better than anyone in the country.
Yeah, the Buckeyes need to come out fast. They need a lot of bonus points out of the 2 Stiebers, and then moving on to 149 at Tessari. So Hunter really is going to work hard for the fall here, and if not, just extra bonus points.
Yeah, like we said, I mean, it's every point is very big in this dual meet, just like a lot of Big Ten matches. And the Buckeyes, I mean, to have a chance today, they need their upper weights to step up big time. And there's another half attempt there, very tight. Pearsall trying to fight off, but that's the fall, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, 2 pins in a row for the Stieber brothers, and Stieber fever is rampant here in St. John Arena.
I'm feeling warm, JD. I don't know if it's the temperature in this room or Stieber fever.
But here is a big matchup at 149 pounds. We have Cam Tessari, the number 19th ranked wrestler, taking on Andrew Alton, number 7. Nice scramble here out of both wrestlers. Wow. Tessari very strong, Alton very strong. So 2 very good athletes here. Tessari ended up on top. No control. No control. What a scramble here. And Cam Tessari will not stop wrestling. That is one thing he does very well. Very gritty effort out of Cam Tessari.
This is a sign of things to come in this match. A lot of scrambles. You got the number 7th ranked Andrew Alton, number 19th ranked Tessari. That ranking's a little misleading. Tessari was 4th in the nation last year at 149. Hailing from the same high school as Logan and Hunter Stieber Monroeville here in Ohio. I'm looking for a really great match here, and this is one of the key matches in this matchup between these 2 teams.
You're absolutely right, Victor. I mean, Cam Tessari was 4th in the country as a true freshman last year. Such a stud, very hard fighter, but very inconsistent too. Alton definitely more highly touted coming out of high school, and big pickup of the Alton brothers for Cale Sanderson at Penn State there in State College, PA. But what a match! What a first scramble to get keep the blood up. The blood pressure up in this arena here.
Absolutely.
Andrew Alton, the number 7 ranked wrestler in the country at 149 pounds. Sorry, this is 2 of the best athletes here in the weight class.
Alton, an NCAA qualifier in 2011. Taking on Tessari, who, as we said, was a freshman, a true freshman All-American at a weight like 149. Pretty impressive.
And you see somewhat of a half attempt to pull Alton's head down into a front headlock position from Cam Tessari there in the red singlet. Both guys looking for some type of opening. Different than Alton, Cam Tessari, well, different than most of his opponents. Cam Tessari is very unorthodox, very not normal. Will you see most of the things he does and tries in matches. And Alton in another shot, but nice hips, good defense out of Cam Tessari.
Cam is devastating right here in this front headlock position.
Right into a strong front headlock, uncomfortable for the wrestler in the blue there. Good positional awareness again out of Alton, just knee slide under there, giving up no angle at all.
Tessari, just a great counter wrestler. The coaches would probably like to see more leg attacks, but it's so tough to score on him. He rolls around and usually ends up with a takedown.
Cam Tessari, another shot out of Alton. Nice. Whip through. No points for that. That'll be points in freestyle, ladies and gentlemen. That is 0 points here.
You got some crowd points, though, on that one. A lot of oohs and ahs from this Buckeye crowd.
It's good to hear always. Makes it exciting. Possibly throws Andrew Alton off a bit. But absolutely no points for that move. You need to have control in this folk style sport. And that is your first period, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of action, no score yet. And Cam Tessari chooses down to start the second period. Cam Tessari, just a sophomore here, taking on Andrew Alton, also a sophomore. These guys will have plenty of battles in the future. And Tessari doing a nice job keeping his hips underneath him so he doesn't get returned to the mat. And Alton trying to return him. Cam Tessari, very hard to wrestle in that position. And there's one escape, trying to go for a takedown right away. It's Tessari. Oh wow, that could have been 2. Tom Ryan looking for a fleeing call, and 2 points is called out of bounds. That is a huge takedown. Wow. I did not see that coming. Wow. What focus out of Cam Tessari. To be honest, I do not see that very often out of Cam Tessari. I mean, he's hard to wrestle, but that is some focus right there.
Cam Tessari showed some great concentration, determination, able to pull Alton back in, grab him at the ankles, get that takedown. That's a huge takedown in this match.
Wow, that was pretty awesome right there for the Buckeye fans. And for Andrew Alton, that has to mess with your head a little bit there. That's a very big swing there. 3 points, 3-point swing. Now Cam looking to go for a spladle here, which you're not going to get. You're not going to get a spladle on your normal good opponent. I mean, you don't really. But again, Cam Tessari does try a lot of things. He's got a lot of tricks in his bag.
3-0 score, I believe, right? They gave him a 1 and a 2.
It should be a 3-0 score. Right now it says 2-0, so they may be giving just a reversal there, which I don't know about that call. I thought that he had an escape point called first, because, yeah, definitely, I'm surprised by the score right now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not sure if the coaches are going to talk to the table on that one or not. But
the Ohio State bench doesn't seem to be complaining, but to me, it looked like it was a 1 and a 2, but the referee said reversal, and that's the way it stands.
I also thought it was escape and then a takedown. Right here, I saw Jaggers, Coach Jay Jaggers for the Buckeyes, get angry with the referee in the top position about stopping some of these calls, the last few calls on top. And Cam Tessari riding tough here. Andrew Alton working to get out, but Tessari, again, doing a nice job, just staying very tough, very patient on top, throwing a leg in.
This looks like the Cam Tessari that took 4th in the nation last year, JD.
That's a very good point, Vic. That he does look like he's having a very good match right now. And the fans looking for a stall call here for Alton. No call being given. Instead, just stalemates were called.
Short time here in the second period.
And the referee doesn't want to give a stall call, and the fans are getting a little angry. At least that's the way it sounds around us. Again, I don't know. I can't watch this match as a fan right now. Even though that's hard to do. I don't know if I would say that's a good or a bad no call. But right now, injury time, or actually a blood time for Alton. The eye is bleeding there. I don't know how exactly that happened. Maybe it was some type of crossface. But very impressive right now is Cam Tessari. I don't know why that surprised me so much, but I guess it's been a while since he's wrestled this good.
Yeah, absolutely. He's ranked 19th. That tells you his season hasn't gone as planned. You know, a guy who finished top 4 in the country last year. Alton, if you go by rankings, it should be the better wrestler, but as we know, JD, rankings mean nothing. You have to wrestle on the mats, not wrestle on paper, and right now, Tessari is controlling the pace in this match.
Well, Andrew here at 149 pounds and his brother Dylan at 157 are both studs. I mean, awesome wrestlers. So Cam Tessari right now wrestling an incredible match. And Alton chooses down in the third period. Cam Tessari
building that riding time up.
Keeps
near
building riding time, staying tough on top. Alton can't do much with that leg in.
Probably going to see a stalemate here. Not much happening.
Cam Tessari working on top, but both wrestlers not very much to go. I could see where that's a stalemate.
Yeah. Oh.
And stalling called on the Buckeye wrestler. Stalling called on Cam Tessari in the top position. Again, it didn't seem like he was trying to do too much.
Yeah. I see the referee's point. You know, he's on the hips. You know, Alton had a nice base.
Oh, so. Wow. There's some more action out of Cam Tessari. And, yeah, you're right. I mean, Tessari wasn't doing too much, and Alton was holding that base. But here obviously, it looks to be
got a nice bar arm.
Very nice position for Cam Tessari. Getting a bar and a leg in.
Alton building a base, though, but he's got that bar in half.
Wow. Alton's shoulders very strong in that position, though, not going over.
He's got that leg out, preventing it, the half.
Right now, what Tessari wants to do is suck his chest to him, pull him up to his chest, and then try to run
him on the table and then put him on his back.
That would be something else. You do not see Andrew Alton getting turned.
No.
Tessari just tough on top. And a stalemate, or potentially dangerous call. Fans collectively, the fans seem to be extremely angry at the way this match has been called, and that's a lack of stalling on the other opponent.
Yes.
And just collectively, the fans may have something to be angry with here, but what a battle right now.
Great battle right now. Alton frankly got bailed out with that potentially dangerous there. Not saying he would have been turned, but he's going to have trouble getting out of that position.
You have seen more things that were let go longer into a potentially dangerous position, but that's the call there. You can't run your fist up with a bar arm. And Alton trying to escape here.
Tessari does have a stall warning, so
he does. He's going to have to work up, and he works up there nicely. And going right there, that's going to be an escape. And Alton putting the pressure on. 20 seconds left, and a shot there for Alton. Very good job with the front headlock. He's trying to waste time here, Tessari. Alton scooting off the match, and Tom Ryan very angry. They were still in bounds. That was called, but you can see that. You see that happening. No action. Nothing was going to happen from there. 11 seconds left. 2-1 the score. 2-1 the score, and Tessari trying to hold on here for the upset for the Buckeyes, and that right there is a huge upset. What an upset for Tessari. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. Penn State did not see that coming. Big win for Tessari at 149 pounds. Wow. Very athletic, very fast wrestler, ranked number 19 as well, is taking on Alton's brother, Dylan Alton, ranked number 5 in the country in the blue singlet for Nittany Lions. Another tough matchup here.
You see it all the time. Teams who maybe are not supposed to win dual meets at home, the crowd gets into it. You start winning a few matches, a couple of pins, it starts snowballing. And Josh Demas right now, his adrenaline's pumping. He's trying to keep it going for the Buckeyes.
It reminds me a little bit of the feeling of the Iowa match last year.
Couldn't agree more.
And that match, Josh Demas ended up getting a win over St. John, the injured St. John. Big win for Josh Demas. So right now, Demas is trying to probably redo that this year against Penn State. A little duck under attempt out of Demas, but just solid position being held by Alton. There's action just out of bounds there.
Great action so far in these matches. These two battling it out. This is fun.
Dylan Alton almost beat healthy St. John at the Carver Hawkeye Arena just a week or two ago.
Dylan Alton placed 3rd at NCAAs last year, so and he's ranked 5th in the country this year, so he's an extremely good wrestler. Josh Demas, an NCAA qualifier last year, comes in ranked 19th in the country.
The taller, linear Josh Demas. Known for his speed and his slickness. Dylan Alton, stronger, just as much an athlete. The wrestler pushing forward there is Dylan Alton, the number 5 ranked wrestler for Penn State. He right now is working for a stall call, if nothing else. I mean, Josh Demas, even though he doesn't necessarily stall, he does get pushed back a lot.
Yes.
Because he's not the strongest guy at 157 pounds. But he is athletic. He's very fast. And if he gets his opening, he's very dangerous offensively.
See Josh on that elbow. I expect him to try a duck under off that elbow tie. Goes for that underhook.
About a minute left in this first period. 0-0 your score. Dylan Alton, the athlete from Penn State in the blue singlet, is getting tied up a bit by Josh Demas. They're really doing the same thing to both. Each guy, there's a fake from Demas. No trigger being pulled yet by either wrestler. And there's a nice shot by Alton. Wow, and he got right into the hips. Demas doing a nice job defending here. And big takedown. Wow, big takedown for Alton at the out of bounds.
Alton
what
really,
a nice shot.
Really showed his athletic ability there. High crotch, lifted it up. able to get a takedown on the edge of the mat. As we know, the takedowns at the edge are so key.
Now you see Josh Demas' knee hit on out of bounds there. If his knee did not hit, that would not have been called two until the weight was on the hands fully. So big takedown for Dylan Alton with less than 30 seconds in this first period.
Be a big escape point here for Demas if he could get it.
Demas trying to work to get an escape roll, trying to come up for a reversal now, and he got his Dylan Alton doing a nice job getting his hips back underneath him. Wow, he was almost out for a reversal or a escape, but Alton did a nice job following that scramble. 11 seconds in this first period. Demas takes that down position again. Needs an escape here if he wants to close that deficit. And reach it back. Not suggested for most wrestlers, but Demas comfortable here. Oh, wow, a lot of action there to end the first period, but no escape. Very nicely done, keeping his hands locked into the body out of Dylan Alton. And more blood time. Looks like blood time. It'll be blood time out of both the Alton brothers.
Yeah, these two teams just going at it so far today. Ohio State with a 15-4 team lead through 149 pounds.
You see brother Cody Sanderson and also Casey Cunningham, assistant coaches for Penn State. Talking to all Jay Jaggers, was talking to Josh Demas, just making sure his head's in things. And we're back to battling, starting this second period. What a match so far, though. Nice escape out of Alton. That is textbook power stand-up.
I think that took 1 second. If you blink, you missed it.
The 3-0 demanding score in a tight match like this.
Yes. Tough to take down Alton. So Demas has got his work cut out for him.
He holds very good position.
Very solid. As most of these Penn State wrestlers are.
Yeah, similar to the Minnesota team. You see the Minnesota team. I definitely give J-Rob and Becker and Eggum the props for their guys just holding solid position and wrestling business-like when they came in here to Columbus, Ohio, with a big win. This dual meet probably couldn't have started off any better. Besides Triggas not getting majored, maybe for the Buckeyes, 15-4 the team score, and Penn State again, calm giant over there, just ready to bring in these upper weights.
Yeah, Penn State looking to get back on track here at 157. About a minute left in this second period. Dylan Alton with a 3-0 advantage as the wrestlers go out of bounds over Josh Demas of the Buckeyes. The crowd trying to get into it here, motivate Demas to perhaps get a takedown in this second period.
And Demas definitely meaning well here for Ohio State. Just pulling the trigger is another thing. I mean, he's looking for, you've seen him fake a few times. You haven't really seen him take any big attempts. There's a shot, but from too far away. Alton doing a nice job again, holding position still.
Not the same movement we saw in the first period. There it is,
Nice fake.
Just as I said it, he had a nice setup. Out of bounds.
Fake and attack attempt there out of Josh Demas, and very good defense out of Alton. Nice duck under to the body, but not strong enough. Wow, he was in there with his hands locked and not strong enough to get that, to finish that position. Wow, what a nice attempt there. Duck under to the body with his hands locked, but Alton's hips and core too strong there.
It's tough to take down. Demas has really got to be deliberate in his takedown, do everything right as we close out the second period.
Well, what Josh Demas, I think, needs to do is cover more ground and get more penetration with his offensive attacks.
Right.
Get Dylan Alton moving back or kind of on the heels of his feet instead of on the balls of his feet. Josh Demas choosing down now in the third period.
Needs to get out.
Well, an escape and a takedown will tie it up, but a lot of things can happen within that.
There it is.
And right to his feet, Josh Demas. Running time not a factor in this match as of right now.
Looking forward to an exciting third period here at 157 here in Columbus, Ohio. Buckeyes, Nittany Lions, Big Ten Wrestling. Both wrestlers, great movement. Demas did a shot, gets the takedown.
And that's what he was setting up the whole match, and he actually got one. That was awesome for Josh Demas. What a nice job.
Alton able to escape. Alton with the 4-3 advantage. That was really nicely done by Demas.
4-3. You see he was close at scoring that in the second period. He got a takedown. Same attack out of Josh Demas. Very nice movement. He needs to keep going. He needs another takedown to win this match. Third period, 4-3. Tight matchup here. Josh Demas needing another score.
Alton putting the pressure on. Another snap down to a double leg.
Double leg attempt and out of bounds. The
St. John Arena getting into it here. They can feel it.
The Buckeye wrestlers and coaches and fans are really cheering for Josh Demas right now. Someone electric in this stadium right now, and Alton with his back against the wall a little bit, but in the lead, 4-3. Duck under attempt into the legs, but again, now Dylan, Alton called for stalling.
Alton.
45 seconds left. And another shot attempt. There's 42 seconds left in this match. A stall call could also tie this match up.
Demas, if he keeps on the offensive, I imagine he's going to get a stall unless Alton.
Oh, another reshot, but Demas moving quickly. Right here, he needs to snap and spin, and he did not do that. Dylan Alton wrestling nicely.
Alton's going to hang on there, I imagine. He's fine with that
position. Demas needs to stay solid on offensive attempts here. You don't need to go for a big thing. You just need a takedown or a stall
20 seconds
call.
left in this match at 157.
Alton doing a nice job. Alton doing a very nice job. Now Wizarding wrestling. What a scramble on the out of bounds. 10 seconds left now. Alton just holding on for dear life here. Demas trying for a cradle. And 2 seconds left. 2 seconds left, and the cradle's locked up. The cradle's locked up.
Time.
The cradle is locked up.
The
cradle's locked up, but the referee could not see it. He did have the two. He did have the two before the time was out, but they're saying
Tom Ryan's going to want the review. We got a lot of things going on right now. The ref did not know when the time was out. The Buckeyes are asking for two.
Well, the ref definitely did not see the hands locked before the time was out. That's for sure, but the hands were locked before time was out. They're going to go to review.
Yes,
this is pretty crazy here.
And this is going to be huge for this dual meet, whatever the ref determines here.
St. John Arena.
They're going to explode if they get the takedown.
On their feet. They're waiting on their feet right now because he did have his hands locked before the time was out.
I'm hoping we have review here because I don't think either referee knew when that time went out.
Well, if this is the exact position you need to have review.
Yes, this is where it needs to be utilized, and I'm hoping that they have it.
The 2 points was not given, obviously. The referee could not see the hands locked.
Right.
But from my angle,
to determine when that time went out and whether the two was gotten by Demas.
Well, from our angle here, it looked very clear. That the hands were locked before the time was out, and it looked like that would have been control for Josh Demas. But what a crazy scramble.
But the thing is, why wouldn't the referee give it if he thought it was two? That's the thing you have to think about.
Well, the referee, he was on the other side and definitely could not see the
We're
lock.
going to need the secondary ref to really give his opinion here.
Wow. And the win is given to Dylan Alton. That is huge. Wrestling Mark Martin of Ohio State, the red singlet. I mean, we got the number 2 ranked wrestler in the country only because we got Freak Show Kyle Dake, another Freak Show ahead of David Taylor, who has 1 win over him this year, 2 including the All-Star match. But Mark Martin, no slouch, wrestler from St. Ed's, very, very familiar with David Taylor, who wrestled for St. Paris Graham, 2 powerhouse schools. These guys wrestled in high school. And in on a nice shot, Mark Martin.
Mark Martin not being shy, coming right out, shooting on David Taylor.
Hooking a leg here, trying to get Taylor. Taylor scrambling nicely. And Martin close to a takedown there. 2 points given for Mark Martin. Big takedown for the Buckeyes.
Wow. David Taylor looking for the reversal here.
And Mark Martin looking to crossface. He did have that bottom leg Turk. It would have been nice to keep that if you're...
I know it's only 1 takedown, but Mark Martin, the unranked true freshman, taking down the defending champ David Taylor, arguably one of the best wrestlers in the country, pound for pound. Pretty impressive from Martin.
Definitely one of the best wrestlers in the country, pound for pound. Guys can argue about that, but they'd be wrong if they argued against that.
Yeah.
But David Taylor, Ohio boy, wrestling here in Ohio against another Ohio boy, Mark Martin. True freshman doing a great job.
Yeah, as you can see, Mark Martin is not shy.
Nice shot by David Taylor.
David Taylor, just so good on his feet. You're going to see some great movement out of him, some great setups. He's probably going to finish this shot. Got a nice cradle. Mark Martin's going to really want to watch out.
Very
for that.
very textbook offense.
Yes.
When I say textbook, I don't mean just non-flashy technique. I mean textbook positioning on his shots.
Just does everything right.
Has learned a lot. Has learned an awful lot from Cale Sanderson.
Yeah,
see, a lot of similarities in their ankle picks and their single leg attacks, and also a blanket on top. What a tough top wrestler, David Taylor. Mark Martin being kicked out here will get an escape point as soon as they square up on their feet. Now the score 3-3. Right now, a very good match. David Taylor definitely wanting to pour it on in this match.
You can see David Taylor, constant motion, constant setups, constant fakes. Just the way you want to see your wrestlers wrestle is the way he wrestles right now. Look at that deep shot in on Martin.
And I think every win this year has been bonus points for David Taylor. Right to his back is Mark Martin. Very surprising there, but good position being held by David Taylor and putting Martin right on his back.
Mark's not going to want to not let that half get in. He's in trouble, that's for sure. 20 seconds left on this first period.
With 20 seconds left, the pin would be huge here for Penn State.
That would really
Martin
turn the
needs
tide.
to crawl forward. He's got that Turk in.
10 seconds left. Mark Martin just got a battle here. David Taylor so rough on top, looking for the fall, and he
given
gets
with
it.
5 seconds left for David Taylor. Holy smokes, what a nice pickup for Penn State. Very nice job. I mean, Ohio State wasn't counting on a win there out of Mark Martin, absolutely, but a fall for David Taylor is big for Penn State, making the dual meet score now 13-15. Nick Heflin taking on Matt Brown.
Yeah, JD, this is another one of those swing matches we talked about at 149 with Tessari and Alton. Heflin and Brown here is a huge match for this.
This is one of the biggest matches of the dual meet right here. We've got number 5, Matt Brown for Penn State in the blue singlet taking on the number 7 ranked wrestler, the Buckeyes' very own Nick Heflin in the red singlet. Yeah,
this is probably the match with the guys who are closest in ranking going at it. So arguably the best match of the night, folks, is happening right now. Only 30 seconds into this first period, 2 really strong wrestlers.
The Buckeyes definitely need this win to win this dual meet, to have a chance to win this dual meet. Because after this, we got Ed Ruth coming up and Quentin Wright, and we got 2 national champs coming up. Right, the next two weight classes. So, a nice drag attempt at Nick Heflin, very nicely done, but good squaring up. It was very obviously. What a strong, stout Matt Brown Heflin has to deal with here. But Heflin's also strong himself, so some brutes here at 174 pounds.
Absolutely.
More your short, stocky, normal wrestling type of strength looking Matt Brown, and Heflin, little linear, little leaner, I guess, taller wrestler, but some quite a bit of tensile strength, functional strength is Heflin. Both wrestlers hard to score on. So this match probably won't be very highly scoring.
I wouldn't imagine.
As are a lot of Nick Heflin's matches, but very.
Nick Heflin, a junior out of Massillon, Ohio, was an All-American last year, 174 for the Buckeyes. Matt Brown, sophomore for the Nittany Lions, ranked 5th in the country. We're about 2 minutes into this first period. No points yet.
I was going to say about Heflin, very stingy. And a shot attempt and easily defended.
I imagine
sprawled.
both guys are so tough to take down. So getting a takedown and even one takedown in this match is really going to be a big difference.
A takedown could be this match. One takedown could definitely decide this match, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another shot by Matt Brown and easily defended again by Nick Heflin. The coaches, again, for Ohio State, I assume, would want to see Nick Heflin pull the trigger a little more. He does have a nice double, and from time to time has a nice duck under as well. Matt Brown, again, just a very solid wrestler for Penn State, holding very good position, staying low. I just heard a fan behind us mention this guy looks just like a gorilla. And I guess I could see from his angle the way he came forward with his hands low, almost scraping the mat.
Yep. Yeah, just a really nice base, really nice defense. We're about to close out this first period. Heflin and Brown.
A nice shot there out of Matt Brown. Nothing happening, though, in the first period. 0-0.
0-0 at the end of the first. Brown will take down.
Heflin pretty tough on top, and Matt Brown also with a nice stand-up. We'll see what happens.
I imagine
here.
he's got a nice power stand-up, and there it is.
Right to his feet is Matt Brown. Easily,
tough to hold that down.
Yeah, easily getting an escape for Penn State. Takes the early lead in this match. And number 5 versus number 7. No big, deep shots yet. Both wrestlers just battling for position. Brown pulling Heflin's head down. That right there, even if it doesn't score, it gets your neck tired and your back tired when you do that to your opponent.
Right. These two guys are going to try to wear each other down, I'm guessing. So we'll see. We'll see who has the juice in the third period.
Well, both these wrestlers had pretty crazy matches with the Iowa 174-pounder when Nick Heflin was ranked number 2. Wow, nice double leg shot by Matt Brown, but defended again.
So tough to take down.
I told you about that defense for Nick Heflin. He has
hips.
strong hips. Nice shot out of Matt Brown, though.
Still in good position with that underhook. Just seeing if he wants to shoot a single leg off that.
And stalling called. That's just kind of par for the course, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, not necessarily that Nick was stalling, but those attempts right there and Heflin kind of backing up, that's a stall call.
Yeah, not much Heflin could do there. Matt Brown had a nice underhook there. Circled out, and the ref thought that he was avoiding the position, so stalling on Heflin.
Now, the stall call doesn't come there if Heflin defends and attempts a reshot
right.
or some type of attempt of his own, but he didn't. He just defended, and he kind of backed out just a skosh, so that's a stall call.
Yep. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite him in this close matchup. Brown with the 1-0 advantage. 20 seconds left in the second period.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a one-point match, no takedown yet. With 12 seconds left in the second period. And a shot from Matt Brown. Heflin going right into a front headlock position. Let's see if he's going to
Another shot by Brown.
And nothing happening again at the end of the second period now. And Heflin will definitely choose down to tie this matchup. Running time not even close to a factor right now. And he is out, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Heflin ties the score 1-1.
Here we go.
For the Buckeyes. And two strong wrestlers facing one another. Matt Brown with more offensive attempts. Heflin with really 0 thus far.
If he's going to want to avoid another stall call, Heflin's there. It is.
There's a shot.
There's a nice half single leg shot.
But you see Matt Brown right now just baby steps forward, holding good position, trying to work for that stall call. Again, that stall could be the match.
Yeah,
stall
he
call.
knows it. Heflin knows it too, so he knows.
Another shot attempt. Another shot attempt right here. Now, right now, Heflin's got to go off of that.
You'd like to see Heflin go off that and they get a nice reshot, right, JD?
And right there, and as Matt Brown comes up, he's on his knees for a second. So actually, Heflin can move faster on his feet. Just any human being can move faster on their feet than wrestler on their knees. So, so right there, the Buckeye coaching staff probably a little frustrated with Heflin not taking an attempt there.
He's got to take advantage of every little opportunity he gets.
In wrestling, yeah, you need to stop the offensive attack, but that you need to create one of your own.
Good job, Nick. Good job.
Against a good wrestler, you need to put 1, 2, 3, 4 moves together to get a score.
Or like you said, take advantage of when the other wrestler's thinking offensive and not really ready for the shot.
There's that. He tried that swim duck under there. Easily defended by Matt Brown and stopped.
20 seconds left in this match, 1-1. A takedown will win it.
And holding on to the headgear looked like is Matt Brown. Both wrestlers, little scramble there. Pins and needles right now. He is on the headgear, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm hearing yelled. And that right there, weight was on the hand, so that's 2 points. That's a huge 2 points. Holy smokes.
That's going to be the match.
Holy smokes.
Time's out. Time is out.
Holy smokes.
Nick Heflin with a huge win at 174, 3-2 over Matt Brown. Got the takedown late. Brown able to get the escape.
Smokes. Now
Huge
right there,
win.
that takedown with Matt Brown's hands on the mat,
One hand on the mat.
the weight on his hands gives Nick Heflin the quick takedown. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite wrestlers to watch, Ed Ruth for Penn State, the returning national champion, undefeated on the season, is going to take on Cody Magrum, or CJ Magrum, some people call him. I can't do that because he's from Oak Harbor, Ohio. I've known him since he was a little kid. CJ Magrum here, Cody Magrum in the red singlet, a senior, taking on Ed Ruth, #1 ranked Ed Ruth, a junior for Penn State in the blue.
Folks, you're going to see some special things out of Ed Ruth in this match. One of the smoothest wrestlers I've ever seen. Supremely talented, right up there with David Taylor as the pound-for-pound best wrestler in the country. Senior Cody Magrum comes in, great student athlete, three-time NCAA qualifier for the Buckeyes. He's really got his hands full here, although the Buckeyes do have the 18-13 lead going in this match.
Well, one of the things that impresses me about Ed Ruth, outside of his incredible talent, is his mental state of mind. I mean, he wrestles. I mean, he wrestles so calmly.
Yes,
but
as
also,
you can tell, he looks really.
I mean, look how he just skips around the mat. And that shot looked like he was sleeping when he did it, but it's so smooth. I mean, what a.
He looks effortless out there.
Very much. That's a great
effortless
word.
He just looks so relaxed out there. Everything seems to come so natural. Just really a sight to see.
Cody Magrum, I mean, the other end of the spectrum as far as the athlete spectrum. Magrum is a good athlete, three-time state champ for Ohio, but in comparison to Ed Ruth, and the speed and just the athletic ability of what you'll see Ed Ruth do compared to Cody Magrum. Right here, Cody Magrum, obviously the much underrated wrestler here, taking on the #1 ranked wrestler in the country, just trying to wrestle his best for 7 minutes, seeing how well he can do against Ed Ruth, you know? And Ed Ruth trying to set up some type of tilt or back points. Probably wants to get a fall in this match because he knows
there's that cradle that he is
cradle.
So devastated. If that's in, it's probably going to be over here.
Crossface cradle he did get it, ladies and gentlemen. And look, working for the fall is Ed Ruth, and getting the fall. And you see he did not kick Cody Magrum out, which he would normally probably do that sometimes, working for that fall, and that's exactly what Magrum did not want to have happen. But again, against some of the best wrestlers in the country, it's hard to stop. Right there, Ed Ruth, very nicely done, setting that crossface cradle up and getting that fall.
I don't want to speak too soon, but that's probably going to be your national champ at 184 pounds, and Ed Ruth.
If I was a betting man, which I guess I have been at times, I would bet on Ed Ruth.
Another great wrestler here right now, JD. For the
my goodness,
Lions.
what a difference in size. Quentin Wright, national champ for Penn State, taking on Kenny Quartz. Kenny Quartz with a great shot. Kenny Quartz, I mean, if he could pull an upset here for the Buckeyes, would be unbelievably huge.
I think that's an understatement. Quentin Wright comes in, three-time All-American. 2 years ago was the national champ. Last year, the national runner-up at 184 pounds. Kenny Quartz, usually a 184-pounder, but Cody Magrum is now the starter at 84. Andrew Campolitano hurt for the Buckeyes at 197, so Kenny Quartz is bumped up. And he had a great showing against Illinois, JD.
He did his first match back. He beats the reigning Big Ten champion from the year before. It's unbelievable. Kenny Quartz bumps up a weight class, very undersized.
Yes.
And definitely strength-wise, definitely
was an underdog for sure.
Yeah. So right here, I mean, he's got his hands very much full with Quentin Wright, ranked number 3 in the country. Like you said, 3-time All-American and national champion, and what a good wrestler. Another very business-like mentality out of Quentin Wright here. So both wrestlers. Nice shot by Kenny Quartz. But you see the longer wrestler here, a lot of leverage out of Quentin Wright, going right to that side here, lifting Quartz up and exposing him. No control. Quartz holding on to the ankle and looks...
Probably going to be a stalemate here if nothing happens.
If Quartz holds on, it's going to be stalemate, even though it is interesting. Quartz is on his back. A stalemate is called. A very, very nice job holding on to Quentin Wright's ankle there. But 2 nice shot attempts. Kenny Quartz has quite awesome shots. I mean, very, very fast shots. So it is not out of the question to get this upset for Kenny Quartz, but again, that would be crazy win for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, Kenny Quartz, really talented coming out of Central Dauphin, Pennsylvania, a 2-time high school state champ, a freshman, young, talented. You obviously give Quentin Wright the huge advantage in this match, but you never know in an atmosphere like this, a big match like this. We'll see what happens here. Kenny Quartz, Quentin Wright, 197 here in Columbus, Ohio, Penn State with a slim 1-point advantage in the team score.
And that's Penn State in that team lead, 19-18. Nice shot by Kenny Quartz.
A lot of shots earlier by Kenny Quartz.
And Wright defending nicely, heavy hips there.
Kenny definitely has been more offensive wrestler in this match so far.
And that doesn't surprise me. Kenny Quartz is very good at getting in on the legs, but again, the horsepower factor of finishing a shot is what some of the Buckeyes are missing. It's a different conversation
altogether, right? One thing to shoot and grab a leg, it's another thing to actually scoring a really tough opponent.
Yeah, defense is learned when you get into college, and college wrestlers, solid college wrestlers, and definitely highly touted college wrestlers are very good defensively. So to finish your takedowns and offensive attacks is huge, and the difference in close matches.
Right. Another shot attempt by Kenny. Quentin Wright with a nice re-attack.
Nice re-shot. Underhook throw by basically,
nice.
Or underhook to a double leg. Just basically engulfed Kenny Quartz, the bigger wrestler at 197 pounds, just re-attacked. And that's the type of re-attack you'd like to see from Heflin that he finally did in the third period to pick up that last-minute takedown, last-second takedown.
Kenny a little sloppy on that takedown, and a guy like Quentin Wright is definitely going to take advantage of that as he gets the takedown as we wind down in this first period. 2-0. Quentin Wright, he gets the choice, and he's going to take down.
And Quentin Wright chooses down to start the second period with a 2-0 lead. Big takedown. No escape was even available for Kenny Quartz, and escape given, so now 3-0. Very solid start to the match for Quentin Wright. Probably definitely not happy about it. He'd like to have some more points racked up against a lower ranked and smaller opponent in Kenny Quartz, but Quartz, no slouch by any means. Both wrestlers from Pennsylvania, so they're probably pretty familiar with one another. And Kenny Quartz there is ranked, though, but at 184 pounds. Kenny Quartz, I believe, is ranked around 15 or 16 at 184 pounds.
Bumped up to 197, wrestling pretty well. Got a nice win at Michigan. As we said, beat Mario Gonzalez, the defending Big Ten champ, at 197 pounds with that great cross-arm tilt. About a minute left in the second period. Quentin Wright for Penn State with a 3-0 advantage.
Another nice shot, trying to finish here. Looks to be very close to a takedown. Very close to a takedown, and Quentin Wright trying to roll him through, and head pops out. That looks to be 2 points. And it's not 2 points because Quentin Wright rolls through.
Really
impressive.
impressive.
What a nice job. Wow. Very, very nice hips by Quentin Wright. Did not stop, kept defending, rolled Kenny Quartz through when the takedown was very close to being given. And getting a takedown of his own is Quentin Wright. 5-0 your score now.
Yeah, a lot of nice shots by Kenny during this match, but Quentin Wright taking advantage, using his skill, using his talent. He's been around a while. He's got a lot of tricks, and right there, popped his hips. Able to get a takedown and take a 5-0 lead. 20 seconds left in the second period. A stalling on Kenny Quartz, probably because he's holding that arm of Quentin Wright, not allowing him to get it out. I don't see any other way that would be a stalling, but
he has to try to work to his base there, but it's tough when you have a wrestler on top of the leg in.
Just kind of sitting on the hips, so
And
either way, end of the second period here. 5-0, Quentin Wright.
Over a minute of riding time already accumulated for Quentin Wright. Going into the third period. And Quentin Wright will choose down. Quentin Wright chooses down to start the third period. Kenny Court's in the top position in the red singlet there. Quentin Wright right to his feet now easily. 6-0.
Quentin Wright with the 6-0 advantage. Yeah, I guess you could tack on another point for riding time, would make it 7-0. The Buckeyes are down 1 team point. Kenny Courts really needs to work hard here to not give up the major decision.
Well, it would be interesting to see if Kenny Courts actually can somehow get a finish, actually take Quentin Wright down. Can he work that little tilt he has?
Right. I think if Kenny can get a takedown, he's got a much better chance of not giving up the major decision. A lot of time left in this match, and you know Quentin Wright's going to be working hard for those bonus points.
We got both of the Penn State heavyweights warming up back there. Looks to be Jimmy Lawson will probably wrestle instead of John Gingrich, who's a ranked heavyweight, ranked number 17. Penn State has 2 nice heavyweights, and looks to be that Jimmy Lawson is in the singlet ready to wrestle. So we'll see who they throw out here, 285.
Shot by Kenny. Quentin Wright going to get the takedown here, looks like.
Just tough defense there, and Kenny Courts getting up another takedown.
Takedown, 2 points, Penn State.
8-0 Quentin Wright, also with the riding time advantage, so technically a 9-0 lead. Kenny Courts not in a good spot here, flat on the mat. Not much going on. The referee breaks the action.
Well, I can't help but keep thinking about 157 pounds
right.
and that dual meet, that 6-point swing.
Might be the difference.
That went in the Penn State Nittany Lions' favor. 6-point swing is big right now. The dual meet's decided by 1 point, and you know, this match and heavyweight are going to be close matches. So, I'm sorry, this match obviously is not close.
Right,
Quentin Wright
is going to be.
Quentin Wright, the number 3 ranked wrestler, kind of picking apart Kenny Courts at 197 pounds. Kenny Courts definitely the smaller wrestler.
Perhaps he's got a nice, you know, maybe Granby roll here to possibly cut this lead.
30 seconds left in this match at
Kenny,
197.
nice job keeping his elbows in. He's out. It's an 8-1 lead. Kenny Courts needs the takedown to prevent the major decision. Quentin Wright has the riding time advantage.
That would actually be pretty exciting for the Buckeye fans if Kenny Courts is able to get a takedown to take away that major decision.
Quentin Wright's going to stay away. I don't think he has any stall calls on him. He's going to, for lack of a better word, stall and not give up a takedown here. Short time, 5 seconds left in the match as the wrestlers are on the edge.
And Quentin Wright picking up a major decision. Big win for Penn State. Major decision, extending the lead for Penn State Nittany Lions, 23-18 in this dual meet.
I love getting chocolate, especially on Valentine's Day.
I love.
Here in Columbus, Ohio. Next up, the final match of the evening. We have Penn State wrestler Jimmy Lawson, the unranked heavyweight, going up against Pete Capone, the number 12th ranked heavyweight for Ohio State in the red singlet. Pete Capone has been putting together quite a season for himself this year. They announced he was one of the seniors today at senior night. They did announce he won his state championship at 152 pounds. There was a nice article written about him. Just how he's kind of gained weight to help the Buckeyes out, be a team player here, being a heavyweight. Very athletic, Pete Capone.
Yep. Peter Capone, the favorite in this match. He's ranked 12th in the nation. But if you look at the team score, the Buckeyes are down 5. A technical fall seems not very possible. Somehow Pete's going to have to catch Jimmy Lawson and put him on his back. We'll see what happens. Only a minute into this first period. Pete Capone trying to work snap downs.
Well, that would be something else. I mean, I'm sure that
his place would explode.
I'm sure that Jimmy Lawson, who's obviously a very well put together young man,
he's a big guy.
He's been coached well. I mean, you've got some great coaches over there in Cale Sanderson and his coaching staff. I mean, he can't give up a pin. I mean, that's the one thing he cannot do if you're a Nittany Lion fan. So, but the interesting thing is Pete Capone, in his athletic ability, if he can sneak in that tilt and then work into a fall, but Pete Capone's not really a pinner. He gets back points though. But at heavyweight, I mean, it's interesting. You throw weight around. It'd be interesting if Pete could do that, but not likely. Not likely.
Pete,
for
the
Capone.
lighter wrestler for sure out here.
And Jimmy Lawson for Penn State looks to be very strong.
Have seen Pete throw a headlock or two in the past, so I'm sure maybe in the third period when Lawson is a little more tired, perhaps he tries it.
Well, first and foremost, Pete Capone definitely looking for the win.
Yes, absolutely.
And then if
we're getting ahead of ourselves, but yes,
if he's able to do something.
We're talking about these crazy circumstances. Pete is looking for the win here.
Wow,
that
would be quite exciting, though. This St. John Arena here in Columbus, Ohio is packed in here. So I would not be surprised if it's a record-breaking crowd today.
Yeah, it's pretty filled in here. Pretty quiet right now. They're waiting to explode, though. Pete Capone, Jimmy Lawson, heavyweight match. Last match of the evening here in Columbus, Ohio. Penn State with a 5-point advantage. Team score. 30 seconds left in this first period.
Now, most Buckeye fans, I think, across the country and in this gymnasium, that's not a gymnasium, it's an arena, that are here today. Oh, nice shot by Capone. Nice low ankle shot. Jimmy Lawson doing a nice job crotch lifting him through, but
boy.
Pete Capone, oh no.
Pete did have a hurt shoulder coming in, and it looks like that's the issue right now. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. That would be a shame.
Really hope that he did not hurt himself badly. No one ever wants to see that for any reason.
Looks like they gave takedown and back points there.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't even see
I'm
that.
not sure how you get to that conclusion, but
I did not see that even called. Wow. A lot of calls, it really doesn't seem to be going Ohio State's way today.
No.
It's almost as if, and I have seen this happen, as if the reverse situation of like a homer ref instead
trying to compensate.
And again, it's definitely, I'm not saying this is a bad referee. I'm just saying that it does seem like the calls have been, he's making sure that he doesn't make homer calls.
Right.
Almost
you go too far the other way.
Too far,
Right.
and you got a gold medalist, Cale Sanderson, sitting over there, and
Pretty
they're
intimidating.
They're the NCAA champions, and sometimes there's a lot of pressure put on these referees. I mean,
absolutely.
My hat's off to the referees because they have to make some very tough calls. But unfortunately for the Buckeyes, it seems like a lot of calls have not gone their way today.
Right.
And in a close match like this, when they had a chance to upset higher-ranked team, it's unfortunate for the Buckeye fans. But what a match here today. No matter who wins. But what I was saying is most of Buckeye fans watching think that this match should be right now Ohio State 21, Penn State 20, and the match should be coming down to this match right here. That
would be way more exciting, but
which would be pretty awesome if it was 21-20 in Ohio State's favor. And I'm talking about the 157-pound match that was very close. And here's Pete Capone on top. And Lawson doing a nice job
Lawson
scrambling.
Looks really strong and really quick.
Wow.
Pete's hurt again. I'm not sure how long they're going to let this go, and I think Tom Ryan just said that that's going to be it.
And you see injury time given, and that's just going to be it.
That's going to be the match.
Wow.
Really unfortunate that Pete wasn't able to make it through this match.
I don't know if that's a separate AC joint or what. You said he was hurt before the match. I did not know that. So, good win there out of Jimmy Lawson for Penn State. 6 more points given to Penn State, making the score 29-18. Huge pickup, huge win for Penn State Nittany Lions. Again, what they expected, probably not the way they expected, but a win over here in St. John Arena. Penn State beating the Buckeyes. The number 3 team does remain on top over the number 5 team, Ohio State. Very, very bitter. I assume the Ohio State coaches and some of the fans are going to have a very bitter taste in their mouth from this match and some of the calls, given or not given. What's interesting that I just thought of is that's the second time on the Big Ten Josh Demas has been wrestling and a call has not been given in his favor. Against the against the Iowa match, he had a cradle locked up against St. John and that was not given. So that's pretty interesting. So I just thank you guys for joining us. Again, this is J.D. Bergman. Alongside me is Victor Puskis. thank you so much for joining us. This is Student U on the Big Ten Network.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Big Ten Conference and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Big Ten Conference.